Good afternoon, everyone. This is RAND, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, December 30, 2024, after about 3:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be, we won't have a TFCC just like for the Christmas holiday. We will have the reverse aging, health call, and all the rest on Friday, and then we'll get back on track the following Wednesday with the TFCC. Just a massive amount of transitional information that needs to be given to people, which it hasn't. Everything that we, and it's not like we're cognizant to it. It's just that we do it. And this involves everything in this life. Everything. But you know, when you're programmed a certain way, and you don't know you're being programmed a certain way, it's a heavy-duty challenge for us to master and go beyond the superficial and begin on our own to discover who and what we are in these bodies. Also, to identify the fact that, and you can say it. It's easy to say. It's easy for us to say, well, I know who I am and what I am. That's a start. You got to remember that it's heart mind, not ego mind, when you do make that statement. But what does that mean? So you say to yourself, I'm not this body. I'm not my name. The name was given to you. I'm not my assets or belongings or any of that. That's all temporary. That's all part of the entertainment for us. We have entertainment. Those things are there. But as the gods that we are, and that we are collective consciousness, and we go beyond consciousness, and beyond that, beyond that, beyond that. We wouldn't create something that would be super painful, disappointing, irritating, angering, frustrating, would we? We wouldn't do that. We would create a life that we would enjoy, that we would have certain challenges so that we could learn, and that we knew that whatever each of us wanted to come into that life, we could just think it and it would be there through the heart mind. Doesn't that make sense? That that's what we did. This is, so one might ask, well then why are just, quite frankly, all of us, in different ways, are constantly challenged with different things, and a lot of that is because we don't know that we're creating those things, say. And many of us don't believe that we're creating those things. Now, some of us say, yes, I am aware that I'm creating those things. Well, then do you know that if you are aware, are you aware that you can create anything that you want, not what you don't want, and that you move away from focusing on things you don't want? You only focus on the things that you want. Why would we ever focus on things we don't want? It's just a habit. It's a habit for all of us. None of us are exempt from it. we focus on these things. You could be doing anything, be anywhere, and some thought comes in, and you inadvertently, you just embrace it, and you give it the power and energy, and you bring it into your reality, and you experience it. So, none of us have been exempt from that throughout lifetimes. And then we'll say things like, I would never do that. I would never manifest something like that. Like now, what I'm experiencing now. This had to come from somewhere else. It didn't come from me. I wouldn't do that. Right? But when you surrender that and embrace it and say, okay, so I created that. And not being, and you remember, you're gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. So you're not angry with yourself. That's ego mind. So through the heart mind, you go, wow, okay, so what was that about? So in other words, you embrace it and you look at it, see? And then you find out why. What is it about this? What did I learn about this? And it's also the stuff that we manifest that we really enjoy. Okay, so why did this come into my life? And what did I learn from it? What did I experience from it? Could be just joy or happiness or bliss, period. We're on as a species, and it doesn't, for many, it doesn't seem this way. It's very tricky right now on this planet because it doesn't, for many of us, like, where's the good stuff? Where's the good stuff, right? You see all this havoc and stuff and stressing, and we feel everything, by the way. These bodies feel everything. Now, it doesn't mean direct, kind of directly, but we feel everybody's pain and suffering on this planet because we're all connected. See? Yeah, we're in different vessels. All of us are experiencing life in a little different way here and different way there. But all in all, all of us feel everyone else. It's different, okay? But we feel it. It's like when they blew up the World Trade Center, and then we thought that all those people had perished. Everybody felt on the planet not well. We didn't feel good about it at all. That's why. Okay? That's the reason why. So whether you know it or not, we feel everything on this planet. We feel the planet, we feel the nature, we feel every one of us on what we're experiencing. And it's not like, blow by blow and like you're living it. It just means that we have an emotional interaction with all life. And what's to come, what's already, happening, is the opposite of everything that we've experienced. Because we've experienced that part of it enough. So we decide that we're going to evolve and that we're going to embrace who and what we are and master what came with the body, the ego mind, right? And our thoughts in this process will be highly advanced spiritual beings when it's all said and done. Not highly advanced material physical beings, but highly advanced spiritual beings. All that is that we've opened up the gate to the God that we are within, and we've embraced the God fully. And we have established an intimate relationship with the God that we are. And this will continually elevate us to different levels of comprehension on who and what we are and what our abilities are. why we have them. Absolutely, it's a spectacular, phenomenal experience. This is why I believe that some of us will really celebrate it, because we've been reincarnating and reincarnating for a very long time. And the reason that is because for times like this, so we're here in body to experience it. It's a phenomenal experience for us gods. Evolution of a species into a deep spirituality. Huge across the board. From not knowing who and what we are to knowing deeply and eternally who and what we are in these bodies. And operating from the heart-mind. And there's an interesting thing that Dale Carnegie said a long time ago. You can conquer almost any fear if you will only make up your mind to do so. For remember, fear does not exist anywhere except in the mind. And the mind is an illusion, creates the ego to assist it in mastering you. You imagine that. See, all this, everything, it's all this stuff that we experience is an illusion created by the gods that we are so that we can experience. That's the bottom line. Now, throughout the ages, we've been programmed to believe that there's this force that's not within us but outside of us, and this force determines our direction in life after life after life. There is a force, but the force is within each and every one of us. And in fact, the force is in all things. All that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. When was the last time that you, for you, were in complete solitude or quiet, where you just sat in amazement of you, of that body you're in? When was the last time that you genuinely loved yourself? And that question, why not ask that question to yourself? Remember, you're not in judgment. You're gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. So this isn't about coming down on yourself and being guilty or disappointed and all that stuff that comes with the ego mind. These are questions that you ask yourself so that you go in deeper within. It is something to choose on our own, to pay attention to ourselves, to deeply and eternally love ourselves. And there's really no exception to that, because we are love when it all comes out. We are deep eternal love. We always have been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. We are eternal bliss, happiness, joy, peace. These are all the energies that are focused within the gods that we are. It's magna glorious. But you can see the power of suggestion when we're programmed, but about none of that. Do you ever notice that? None of that is part of our programming. Some of us, each lifetime, we discovered this on our own. Really. We really do. we don't go up into, high up in the mountains and get into a cave with a guru and spend, months with the guru. The guru is within you. The questions that we want to have answered in this life, the answers are within you. They aren't anywhere else. People have exhausted themselves physically and mentally seeking that which is outside of them, when all along it's all inside, so to speak. One might say, well, you have sadness, you have sorrow, right? That's because we decide, and it's what we decide how to be, we choose how to be, and we don't have a comprehension of what everything's about. It's like you have a friend or you have a loved one, and you're with them a long time, right? Because, remember, this is programming. So you become attached to the physicality of that being. Interaction, communication, for a long time. Goes on long time. And then they're gone, right? And you're sad, you're depressed, you're heartbroken. All these emotions, remember these vessels are highly emotional. Takes a while, long time, to recover from that loss. Because we become so attached. But you know what the interesting thing is? We aren't attached to ourselves. We get attached to everything else around us, but we aren't attached to ourselves. And I mean the God that we are. I'm talking about the body. So you have a scenario where right, that the God that was in that body leaves the body, but that whole life is with the God, not the body. The body now has extinguished itself. It's extinguished. It's over. Nothing ever dies. It never really dies. The energy leaves it, and it becomes no more. The energy that occupied, interacted, loved, all of those things is with the God, not with the body. So it's all, like I said, the programming on this planet is going to change immensely. Because we begin to start recognizing and comprehending that when the children come in, and there's going to have to be a lot of them, when the children come in, since we know who and what we are, they will know that right out, right from the start. They will be given information and data that you discovered about you, that then they, imagine that none of us had that. That it's like, did your mother and father tell you who and what you were or are? No, not even close. But when that shifts, and it's going to shift heavy duty, then children will know who and what they are from a very young age. They'll also know that the heart-mind is where one resides in this life, not the ego-mind. They will also know that the ego-mind is for mastering, so that the ego-mind becomes your servant and not your master. And why and how. and what its purpose is. So let's put it this way. You will never lose anything. Period. And when I'm talking about losing, I'm talking about not having or not being is with people that leave the body. Because you are part of the God that they are, literally, that left that body. So all of that we've been taught, separation is an illusion. That's what it is. The only thing that's real is the gods that we are in these bodies. That's the only thing that's real. Doesn't it make sense? We as gods create a life, right? So that we can experience a material, physical life on this planet. Now we do it, we have interruptions, we have other beings that disrupt our flow, and so this is why we have amnesia. And that's going to end. So we'll be back on track of determining, okay, so you say, you were in a body for 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years, and you say to yourself, do I want to, as the God that you are, do you want to go again? Or maybe something else, right? Maybe something else. I mean, this may sound strange, but maybe you'll want to be a tree for 1,000 years, or a short term, a blade of grass. This might sound strange to many people, but it's all life. Life is the highest supreme value in the universe. God is life, life is God. So when you look at all of this in wonderment, you decide. All of us will begin to realize that how everything is because we create it for ourselves. Nothing else. There's nothing outside of us that does it for us. We do it. And when we are in intimate relationship with this universe, and I say this, that the universe is your best friend. It will always be there, always support you, always love you, always forgive you, constantly. And it will always answer you. And it will always manifest what you want and don't want. So it's a massive transition for the majority of people on this planet who don't really know any of that. Who don't really know any of it. Period. So it's you realize that all the things that we have been programmed with are not, let's put it this way, they're faults based upon others' beliefs. Say, they're faults based upon others' beliefs. And others' beliefs, that's why they are constantly being transferred to us. Because we have all these people that are passing this on to others. Okay? And to others, and to others, and to others, and to others. This is why we repeat things as a civilization. This is why we come full circle and we're doing something that happened that we did 100 years ago. You ever notice that? Why is that? Well, because the same information is being slurried around generation after generation, with a couple of extra things sprinkled on it. It's obvious that we repeat things because it's the same stuff. You ever notice that? It isn't really different. It's the same. It's just communicated by different people, beings, throughout the ages. And what we're doing is that we are realizing that that programming needs to be retired. And new programming is coming in. And this has happened because of the gods, the pure consciousness that we are, have decided it to be so. And that is a force that cannot be conquered. It is all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It is all and nothing. It really is the essence, the pure essence of beyond creation, of beyond pure consciousness. Your ego mind's not going to be able, the mind's too small a vessel to even comprehend what that means. Heart mind kind of can. So in this quiet time of this meditation, focus on the love that you have for you. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close this out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Excuse me. Remain still, relaxed into your body. Focus on your breath rising and falling. Ask yourself this question. Why are you hurrying? Rushing is an act of violence to our souls. The ego is impatient because it cannot know its infinite, eternal nature. The soul is infinitely patient because it always knows that there is no end to life. And we live on and on and on forever and ever. So why are we still hurrying through our life? When we rush, we always miss out on the beauty and the miracle of life. That which you were seeking so desperately for is found only on the journey and not at the finish line. When we stop pushing the river and embrace each new moment, we will find the great river of life will always effortlessly carry us. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night the following morning. We'll return here New Year's Eve, Tuesday, December 31, 2024. It'll be after 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest eternal gratitude at all times. No matter what's going on within you or outside of you, open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.